Good afternoon. My name is Karen Billings, and I'm here to host the Innovation Pitchfest, otherwise known as our Goldfish tank. And it's what we named it this, so we wanted you to make sure that you're going to be a lot nicer than they are on Shark Tank, otherwise. And I work with SIIA, the Software and Information Industry Association in DC. We've been doing this innovation incubator program for about 8 years now, and we've started partnering with folks like 1105 Media, where between FETC and here at Campus Technology, where we reach out to the innovation incubator companies that we have gotten to work with. Ours is a mentoring and virtual program. We will start our 18th or so round on August 18th, and the 10 winners or so or finalists will present at our Education Business Forum in New York in December. If you have products that are in the market and are being sold to customers, we'd like you to nominate for our Cody Awards. This is our 30th year of doing educational categories that we have. But we are looking for judges, and judges will look at 4 or 5 products in a given category and rate them, and then you will determine the finalist. The judges must be educators, administrators, and since I'm here at Campus Technology, I'm going to suggest that you would be great candidates for any of our post-secondary categories or some that we actually deem as K-20. So today we're going to hear from 5 finalists. They will each have 5 minutes to present. And Lynn, where's Lynn? Lynn? Somewhere there, is going to be holding up a sign that says begin, and you've got 1 minute left, etc. And then she'll hold up a sign to you that says applause. That will be their stop point instead of a buzzer or something. But we certainly want to appreciate the effort that they put into preparing their presentations, and we'll start then with a couple of minutes of questions right after each one, so you can ask them any question that you may help you sort of determine which of these 5 are possibly one of the applications that you would choose to use on your campus. At the very, very end, I'm going to put up a URL for a place where you can go vote, and you will see these 5 names on the ballot on your mobile device, and all you need to do is click on one as the innovation you would most use on your campus, and it'll be tabulated very quickly. I'm on Skype right now with somebody back in the office who's going to look at it, close it after 1 minute, and tell me, so I can tell you, who the winner is. And the winner gets a couple of nice prizes from both Campus Technology, 1105 Media, and from SIIA. So let's start first by bringing up Axiom Networks to talk about their product, Axiom. All right. And into Axiom. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, this one here. And slideshow beginning. There you go.
Are you tired of organizing your...
Excuse me. Sound.
Are you tired of organizing your documents into folders and subfolders? Are your annotated references lost in the one document you just can't find? Do you wish you could collaborate on documents with many people with ease? Try Axiom. Axiom is a knowledge network that allows you to organize, annotate, and collaborate with others in real time. Simply drag and drop your documents onto any shelf in your library. Read and review from any browser, even on your tablet. Mark up your documents using the pen or highlighter. Add sticky notes and easily share the documents and annotations with others. You can even annotate a video file or a web URL of your choice. Cross-reference across any type of document by labeling your annotations, so it's always at your fingertips. And it all happens in the cloud. Still not convinced? Sign up at axiomnetworks.ca and start your free trial. Don't just manage your documents, manage your knowledge. Welcome to Axiom. Welcome to the Knowledge Network.
Well, that didn't work really well. That was the voice of Dean Allen Went, who you may know as Barney the Dinosaur. It's a tough act to follow. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Salman Himani, and I'm the founder and chief everything officer at Axiom. Axiom is a digital document and collaboration platform for students and professionals, and I'd like to share some of the use cases of our product. A student at a university or college has access to many journal articles and other digital documents through the library and the web. Unfortunately, very little is available in terms of productivity tools and what they can do with these digital documents. Take Arlene, for example, at the University of Toronto. She has to write a paper for her project and has a collection of PDF, PowerPoint, and Word documents at her disposal. She has stored all these documents onto her computer and annotated important elements within each document for later access. Given the size of her collection, she doesn't recall which documents she had annotated and has a difficult time finding each annotation. Axiom allows her to organize her entire collection onto a virtual bookshelf and easily find these references with the ease of a touch or a click. Students can also use Axiom to annotate their digital textbooks, mark up the digital textbooks. Libraries can use it to disseminate their knowledge and their collections to the students through a more simpler interface. Faculty can also use Axiom to share course materials in a more meaningful way. Traditional learning management systems allow documents to be stored in a central repository. Axiom gives life to these documents by allowing professors and students to interact with them in real time, whether it is for asking questions or giving feedback on submitted assignments. And no, we did not forget the administrators. Ever tried getting feedback on a document from several people via email? Sending a document for feedback via email can be a tedious task and clutters your inbox unnecessarily with multiple revisions of the same document. Simply add it to Axiom and share it with only those individuals from whom you want feedback. Currently, our solution is being used in over 70 countries, and we have a freemium model. You can use our basic version for free and a premium version for only $4 a month. Please come see us to find out more about our solution and how it can serve your specific use case. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was Axiom. And our next, oh, wait, we have questions, Q&A. I am so sorry. We have about 2 minutes for questions. Who has a question of, all right. Sue, thank you.
Who do you consider to be your major competitor?
So Mendeley is one of them. We actually don't compete with the traditional learning management systems. They can use us as a tool, so we integrate with LTI. But Mendeley would be one of the major competitors for us.
I think I saw one more. Yes, here. There's a mic here for you. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I was wondering, is it somewhat similar to the way like Evernote would work, letting you pull in different documents and annotate them and record them and search them?
So it's possible it works similarly, but what we do is we can take, I'm not sure how it actually manages PDF documents. With our system, it takes any type of documents, PDF, Word file. It's not restricted to anything yet. And then you can highlight specific paragraphs and annotate those paragraphs that will pull information out of those documents. Some systems won't let you do, like Google Docs, for example, doesn't allow you to do that. Like you can't annotate specifically into the PDF document, but a native document in Google Docs you can.
All right. I think that's probably time. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so the next one is Campus Scene. And I just need to make sure I have the right. Here we go. And
Hi, everyone. My name is Dave Meyer. I'm the CEO and one of the founders of CampusTech, where we're working to make the admissions process a whole lot better. See, no longer do students just apply to 2 or 3 schools anymore. Actually, now students apply to 7, even 10 schools. And while this seems great for your admissions office to have all these students, it actually creates this huge guessing game. With growing applicant pools, which students are actually interested in attending your school? And this metric, the number of admitted students who enroll, is hugely important to the financial stability of your schools. Because if you guess wrong, you'll under-enroll and you can miss out on tens of millions of tuition dollars. So schools really need to fix their yield as it impacts their revenue, like I said, their fit, their rankings, ability to find students who stay and graduate. And recently, schools that were surveyed said 85% of them said that improving their yield is their top priority. And the problem is that yield is really hard to predict because while an application tells you a ton about a student's academic qualifications, it doesn't actually tell you if that student wants to attend your university. And so schools need a non-academic metric to evaluate which students are serious about enrolling. And luckily, there is a non-academic metric. It's known as demonstrated interest, and it has been proven time and again to be the best way to predict yield. It makes sense. Students who are the most interested in your school are the most likely to enroll. And schools are trying to track this. I worked in an admissions office, but the way we did it was still sort of in an analog and antiquated way, where if the student called the admissions office, I would check a box in our CRM, or we'd figure out if a student's interview aligned with our core values. And this really isn't how students demonstrate interest anymore. The way they demonstrate interest is digitally. So let's take a look, and we're going to use Jane, applicant, here as an example. So Jane, just like any applicant, if she wanted to check out your institution, might take a virtual tour, visit your website, maybe download a mobile app even, or email back and forth with the admissions office. The problem is that in the admissions office, each of these processes is managed separately. Email doesn't talk to social media, doesn't talk to your web analytics, and so all the data you can use to better engage and communicate with these students and to calculate and quantify this demonstrated interest wastes away in silos. So you're not able to actually quantify this demonstrated interest and predict yield. CampusTech solves this problem. We consolidate a school's entire digital marketing presence onto a single platform to boost and track student engagement. So instead of all of those silos, the data is actually fed back to the institution to help them better engage students and predict that all-important yield. Here's how it works. First, we integrate directly into your .edu website. We support pretty much any back-end system, and administrators can go in and create virtual tours, landing pages, social streams, even customize mobile apps, all in a matter of minutes. It takes just a copy and paste from your IT staff to install. It really couldn't be any easier. Next, this is instantly published to a variety of channels, so Jane, applicant, gets personalized emails based on her interests. So it's not just generic admissions information anymore. The unique value your school can offer to Jane is demonstrated to her over and over again throughout the admissions process. Lastly, by managing all of these interactions through CampusTech, we are uniquely able to see across an institution's entire digital presence and track demonstrated interest to predict yield more accurately than anything else out there. So what is out there? In the admissions space, we see a lot of people at the top of the funnel who are pushing leads towards a school. So there are 5 up there, but we could probably easily add 50 more vendors that you've probably heard from trying to sell you leads. But the problem is buying more and more leads doesn't help if you can't actually convert those students into enrollees. And so that's where CampusTech is. As I showed, we have a 3-step process. We first start by engaging students in a format that a modern teenager expects. Then we're able to analyze those results to help you get an ROI measurement on how your different marketing initiatives are working. And then lastly, we track that demonstrated interest to predict yield. We've only been around for several months, but we're working with institutions like Brown, the University of Colorado. We have about 30 clients using Campusine so far, and the results have been through the roof. We're still waiting on some of the yield as we need a full year of data to really prove out those finalized results. But as you can see, we've brought in 27 times more inquiries for our early clients, increased their time on page, engagement. We've been able to, for some clients, get them access to 35, sometimes even more countries across the world, because that personalized information really helps engage different types of applicants. So you can treat a domestic student differently from an internationally student for the first time. There we go. Questions.
And we can take a couple minutes of questions. Somebody's got it. We had 2 good questions before. Somebody else has got to have a good one. Way back there. Okay. We won't count that against your time. Then is running.
No, it's all
hard. Okay. Thank you.
So how do you see this playing with a lot of the enrollment management CRMs that are out there? If someone already has something like that, would they put this on top of that?
We see that they fit together well because most of the enrollment managed software is based off historical data. So they'll take last year's class, mostly geographically based data about where students came from, what percentages they yield at. But as you know, things can change in real time, and we can actually offer real-time information about what's happening in your applicant pool right now. So our ambition is to eventually tie directly into the CRM and sort of be a modern addition onto the traditional enrollment management software. Anyone else?
More.
That means I did a good job, right? Because no one has any questions? All right, thank you.
Okay, so, yes, to be fair, we're trying to make sure that everybody has exactly 5 minutes. Our third presenter, I believe, is going to be Jukebox. And from Software 2 Americas, come on up and I'll have your slides ready.
Thanks for that music. Wonderful. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian Moriarty, and I'm in charge of business development for Software 2 here in North America. And I'm joined by my colleague, Armi Kundi, who's in charge of business development for Software 2 in our European office. And first of all, I want to thank Karen and Lynn and the team for organizing this, and to the judges for selecting us as finalists. We're really excited today to introduce you to Application Jukebox, which is a technology that's new to the North American market, and we believe that it's going to revolutionize the way universities deliver software applications to students, faculty, and staff. So imagine if you could deliver software applications to students, faculty, and staff on demand, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on campus, off campus, in a dorm, in a lab, anytime, anywhere that student or faculty needs that software application. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, I've heard of this before. This is like ThinApp or AppV. Well, those are what we call legacy applications, or legacy technologies. And the problem with those is they are only able to virtualize about 60% of Windows applications. They struggle with the hard ones like SolidWorks, MATLAB, ArcGIS. We, on the other hand, can virtualize 100% of Windows applications. You might also be thinking, well, this sounds like virtual desktop technology. Well, we can do everything virtual desktop can do, but without the costly infrastructure and licensing. So we've actually quoted some customers, and they've compared to their VDI quotes that they have, and we come in about 90% less than they were thinking of spending on VDI technology. So what are the problems with delivering software applications to student, faculty, and staff? You get the complaints, right? How come it takes so long to download? How come it crashes on install? Why do I need to go to that dedicated lab to use SPSS? Why is the lab only open till 10 o'clock at night? Why can't I put the software on my own machine? Well, Application Jukebox solves those problems by delivering the application with a look and a feel that the student is used to. So we like to consider it almost like your school's app store for Windows applications. So delivering those applications on demand 24/7. We focus specifically in the academic market for this reason, and that's because the academic IT environment is probably the most complicated IT environment in terms of desktop and software applications out there, right? So in corporate America, someone sits at the same machine, uses a handful of apps. In the academic world, there are hundreds of applications distributed to thousands of machines, sometimes even tens of thousands of users. We've even had one customer that say it is actually possible that some students might never use the same machine twice. So while we are a startup here in North America, our company has a significant record of success across Europe. So the company started in 2009 with our launch. As of last year, we had over 25% of the top 100 universities in the UK. And last year is when the company also began what we call our global expansion. So we signed customers in South Africa, Holland, Belgium, and Scandinavia. Earlier this year, we opened our North American headquarters right in Cambridge, and in that short 6-month time frame, we're engaged with probably 40 or 50 colleges and universities here, signed up our first 4 schools in the last 2 months, including 3 of the top 150 universities in the United States in terms of total enrollment. Our user base is over 400,000 with 55 plus clients and 2 million streams, and that is what we call streams when someone actually accesses a software application. In terms of what does the future hold, we're really focusing this year on expanding our footprint into North America. And to do so well, we really have to listen to our customers. So we take our customers' feedback into consideration, not only in the way we support customers, but in enhancements that are suggested to the technology vendor for those products. So for example, this year we'll be hosting our first user group, where we're going to get our users together to share knowledge, best practices, and exchange ideas. In terms of 2015, we're going to incorporate that feedback into our plans to integrate more closely with other platforms. And we're also launching a new technology that will help cut down on the amount of time it takes someone to log in by 10 times. So imagine if you could eliminate the need for dedicated labs. Imagine if you didn't have to replace your PCs every 3 or 5 years. Imagine if you could reduce the number of software tickets and help tickets about crashing or installing software. Imagine if you could measure your usage and reduce your software licensing costs, all at a fraction of the cost of VDI, and imagine what the return on that investment would look like. So, as I said, we're exhibiting. We're out in Incubator Alley. Happy to answer any questions people have.
All right, finished exactly on time. Perfect. Sue has a question.
How are you able to virtually distribute SPSS? Do you have a license, or are you able to virtualize it so that you can distribute it?
No, so let me clarify. We give the universities a tool that allows them to virtualize and distribute their software licenses. So the university owns... No, we're a delivery mechanism. So the university, it has the same license that they have now. Instead of having to install it on 50 machines in a lab, now they virtually stream it to those machines, so it doesn't infringe on their license agreement. Does that make sense?
Well, to date, as Brian has said, to date, the existing clients that we have who use SPSS, we've had no issues with those with SPSS regarding the virtualization of that technology.
If your question is, how do we virtualize it to a student's machine when my license doesn't allow for it to be installed in the student machine, then you wouldn't virtualize it to a student's machine. Okay, interesting. Well, we have 4 customers in North America that do now. Could be a different license.
Could be. Yeah. Yeah. Equity. One more question?
My question was going to be around software licensing as well, because we've had the similar problems with getting campus licenses. Maybe we would be able to install it in a key server environment and everything is possible, but that particular software company, and we've had SPSS, we've also had issues with Adobe as well, that would not allow us to do any academic licensing on a virtual platform. And so that was my question, was how would this enable a campus to, have you worked with such vendors to really discuss your product and how to manage licensing?
we do work with vendors, so we've had Adobe speaking to us and talking to our user community about virtualization, and we have spoken to others. As I say, we haven't had any challenges from SPSS or any other vendors. If I just give you an example, some of our existing clients have virtualized over 500 applications, yeah, which is their entire software estate, barring 1 or 2%, which are specific science applications or applications that are legacy applications within COBOL or Fortran that didn't require virtualization. So we haven't had any challenges from anybody, but we're happy to engage with any of the universities and those suppliers and address that issue if you have that issue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Another one that ended on time, which we appreciate a great deal. All right. Our next one is UConnect. And assuming that's what do a quick check.
How's everybody doing today? My name is David Kozik, and I'm the founder and CEO of UConnect. Jumping right in, so as many of you know, nearly half of recent college graduates are either unemployed or underemployed, working in a job that doesn't require a college degree. And with every other student graduating from college and under amount of student debt and having no idea what they want to do with their career, an increasing pressure has fallen on colleges and universities to help solve this problem. Unfortunately, the Career Center on college and university campuses hasn't seen real innovation since the turn of the century. And career service professionals on your campus are forced to deal with antiquated technology and really have no meaningful ways of engaging 19-year-old college students. And so as a result, the Career Center has become all but irrelevant on campus. In fact, McKinsey, the consulting company, recently did a study and found that 60% of 2013 college grads never stepped foot into their Career Center, a huge issue when most students are actually going to college to find a career outcome. And so what's happened because of this is students are flocking to a fragmented market of generic third-party recruiting websites, and in fact leaving the college or university outside of the recruiting conversation, making it much more difficult for them to impact student outcomes and guide students to their career destination. And so UConnect is changing all of that. The Career Edge is our platform that is really a white label career portal that is deployed to the Career Center but is designed for students. And very practically, what we provide the Career Center is a custom-designed web and mobile user interface, valuable, rich career content to help guide students through their job search process, automated marketing tools to help schools connect with students and make sure they're engaged and active in the campus recruiting process, and then enhanced data and analytics so they can track all the recruiting activity for their college students that will soon be required by the U.S. government. So if I'm a student, I no longer have to go to 5, 6, 7, 10 websites to piece together career news, advice, events, and job opportunities. I can go right to my school's .edu and get real-time news and advice from my own school's Career Center staff, as well as best of third-party recruiting websites, right to my mobile phone, my laptop, even my tablet, and again, on my own school's .edu. I can also see dynamic feeds of exclusive career events and targeted jobs that are meant for me and my peers on campus. In fact, I can even watch recruiting videos and apply for internship and job opportunities right on my mobile phone, and through experiential content like recruiting challenges and even mobile quizzes, so I can actually compete for these jobs and show potential employers that I'm a great fit. I can also get personalized alerts from my Career Center when anything is posted to the Career Center website that is aligned with my career interest. So if I'm a finance student and something is posted from Fidelity, I can get an email, I can get a social media direct message, I can even get an SMS text message right to my phone, so I know that Fidelity is coming to campus and recruiting for this job. So we've seen this work with several colleges and universities. Bentley University was one of our first clients, and they integrated the Bentley Career Edge in in the spring of 2013, excuse me. And since then, they've seen a 350% increase in student engagement in career services. So that's more one-on-one counseling appointments, more attendance at career recruiting events, more applications to internships and jobs, and definitely better student outcomes. We've only been around for about a year, but 7 schools are paying for our platform, and 50 schools in the area are actually in the process of evaluating it. Most recently, MIT and Boston College, right here in our backyard, have signed on to our platform. And so there's a real significant opportunity for us to centralize and organize the currently highly fragmented entry-level recruiting market. Again, students are going to a variety of third-party sites, and with our platform, we empower schools to engage their students in career exploration under their own umbrella. We've already started to do that, and as I mentioned, currently live with 7 schools, and we've engaged almost 50,000 students to our platform. And by this time next year, our goal is to be at 50 schools and over 500,000 students using our platforms. We are based here locally, actually at Learn Launch in the Back Bay. We are currently expanding to new schools. We are hiring. We are fundraising. And my email address is david@goyouconnect.com. So if you're interested in learning more, please shoot me an email. Thank you very much.
Lynn has the microphone for a question or two.
I'm not sure if it's more of a comment than a question, but have you considered thinking about how you can leverage this from the other perspective of the employer and helping colleges and universities develop those relationships with employers so that one day their students and their graduates will actually be employed? So it's kind of the other side of the coin.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's actually a big part of our platform, is giving access to alumni and employers to post directly to the school's Career Center website and engage students, not only through a career fair or an on-campus recruiting event, but digitally through email, through social media, on their mobile devices, and in every way a 19-year-old college students want to be communicated to. That's a big part of our platform, yeah.
One more question?
Hi, are you discipline agnostic, or do you cater to more, say, engineering or business or particular disciplines?
Yeah, all different types of colleges, universities, professional schools, any institution that's trying to improve career outcomes for their students.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are down to the last presenter, and interestingly enough, they start with a Z. We did go, in case you didn't know, alphabetically, because that's usually the fairest way. And I'm going to bring that up, and you get a clicker. And let me get started first. I guess maybe we don't need the music. He's all ready to go. All right, so this, and then we will vote. That should take you less than a minute, and then we'll be finished. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you also for the opportunity. This is terrific. So Zahn has discovered a unique problem out there with colleges and universities and in other markets. I hear the ding.
Yeah,
button,
it's...
right?
No, bottom button.
Oh, bottom button. There we go. So the challenge on campus, I'm not sure if you can see those pictures, is what has been commonly referred to as outlet wars. This is where students are trying to charge their mobile devices between classes while they're on campus, and they're sitting in the halls and they're hogging outlets, and you usually get an expression like this young lady here, who is very frustrated by it. This is your student paying how many thousands of dollars in tuition and is reduced to sitting on the floor trying to get one of her 1, 2, or 3 mobile devices charged up. So what we've done, this is only going to be growing. The Chronicle for Higher Education said that 76% of graduate of undergraduates have a smartphone plus tablets and other mobile devices. I don't know where those other 22% are, but you're sure that they're going to be getting their devices here pretty soon. And worldwide mobile traffic is just growing astronomically. So they are bringing these devices to campus, and quite admirably, your academic technology folks are developing applications that run on the phones and on the tablets on these mobile devices. And the challenge is it's only going to get worse. So we have come up with a solution, and it is the Zon PowerSol. So this is a solar-powered umbrella that can be used outdoors as a charging station for student mobile devices. It might be a little bit hard to see this picture, but I'll go ahead and I'll show you each of the components. So basically we start with the umbrella, and it's a standard 9-foot patio umbrella. It uses a very high quality fabric. It uses this umbrella fabric, so it's fade resistant and weather resistant. It is built on a very solid frame. We have on the top, we have 8 solar sleeves that contain 16 solar panels. And it's held together by our uniquely designed hub at the top. This is made out of metal and with metal hinges. And it goes ahead and the power that's generated by the solar energy here is 54 watts. And that energy then, that electric power, then travels down a wire to the Zon smart charger. So I have one right here. You can come up and take a look. And so this is a very strong lithium-ion battery that's rechargeable. So the 54 watts of electricity that's generated by the sun actually recharges this big battery. And then the students come up, and there are 3 USB ports on this, smart USB ports, in which case they come in and they attach their USB charging cords and they charge their device. So it's very simple. This is weatherproofed. There's a gate, a sliding gate on the USB port that keeps out the dust and other materials. And let me go back. Okay, and then so students can charge their mobile devices anywhere outdoors as fast as a wall socket. Well, we've since learned that it actually charges faster than a wall socket because it's a battery, it's DC to DC. So, here are the 8 solar panels arranged around our metal hub. Here's a close-up of the charger. Just want to go back here. Now notice this is on a patio table, so it's actually your patio table. There's no special installation that has to be done to install the PowerSol. Anywhere you have a standard patio table, you can go ahead and put the PowerSol. And this allows students to go ahead and continue to work and to socialize while their device is actually being charged up. They don't have to put it into a tray and just stand there and watch their device charging. They can actually use it and work with it. Just some statistics. It's a very strong, powerful battery. It can charge 3 devices simultaneously for up to 16 hours if it didn't get any more charge. So it's a very strong, powerful battery. You can use it anywhere. You have an existing patio table. You can use it at special events like orientations, sporting events, concerts, and conferences. Because it's not installed in the ground, it can move around. There we go. Thank you.
Okay, so keep the, let's see, if this is on, do you want to use this to answer questions? Sure. I think it's on. Is that on? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. No? That's on.
That's
okay. Thank you.
Hi. What kind of life maintenance is on that battery, and what's the lifespan on the battery that exists on that PowerSol?
Okay, sure. Yeah, it is a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. It's about 3 years. And if you do need to have it refurbished, then you just send it in. And I believe for a cost of about $350, then we will refurbish it, we'll properly dispose of the used battery and send it back to you.
How do you suggest this be secured on a campus?
So we don't supply the base because it's a very heavy thing to ship, and schools generally have their own access, their own source for bases. So if you put it into a base and you can actually attach a security cable between the power saw pole and your base, and you have it on your patio table, again, it's your existing patio table, that's going to provide enough security. You might want to bolt the base into the cement as well. But you would have to carry everything to move it, which I'm sure some enterprising students might try, or you'd have to really take this apart with a crowbar to get to the different pieces. And I have the prices there as well.
All right. I think we had a couple of questions, so I think we're good. Thank you very much. All right. Now, the only thing that's standing between you and the bar out there is the voting. So we would like for you to get out your mobile devices, or actually you already have them out, as I have been. What I've been doing is taking a picture and tweeting it, etc., which is always sort of fun. The finalist presentations, we have Axiom from Axiom Networks, Campusine from Campusine, Jukebox from Software 2, PowerSol from Zon Technologies, and UConnect. All right, that might be reversed. But anyway, when you would go to this URL. Just do tinyurl.com/CampusTech14. Why don't you all agree you can vote for yourself? I think that's just fine, because there are a lot of other people here voting. So tinyurl.com/CampusTech14. And I'm actually going to do the same thing. Okay. And somebody back in my office is watching the voting. And when I say stop, she's going to Skype me back the name of the winner. Okay, so is anybody having trouble getting to that site? All right, Sue got to the site. Is anybody else, other people, you got to the site? Okay, so it's real. All right, tinyurl.com/CampusTech14. And so 36 voted so far. Excellent. Okay. And we'll give you another 30 seconds or so. Is there anybody that is having trouble voting? Because you can come up and give me your vote and I'll vote for you. I haven't voted yet, and I don't expect I have to, but I will, I guess, to break a tie. We've had ties when we've run our own innovation incubators, and we've had 10. We vote for the most innovative and the most likely to succeed. Interestingly enough, it's never the same innovation or company. But on this is for the innovation that you would most likely use on campus. Okay, 51. All right, with 51, we shouldn't have a tie, right? All right. Does anybody need just another few seconds to vote? All right, we've got one more that's still voting. And then as soon as we announce the winner, we should let the winner go out and get the first glass of wine, don't you think? Anyway. Oh, but we do have a couple prize packages. SIIA is giving them a higher ed report, which is otherwise valued at about $1,500 to learn about the market. And Campus Technology, I think it's, yes, exhibit space next year, which is worth a lot more than $1,500 actually. So that was a really great deal. Okay. Looks like 51. One more trying to vote. Oh, 72. Wow, okay. All right. Have you voted, sir? No. Okay, oh, I'm just going to say who is winning. Okay. I haven't closed it yet, but I need to close it soon. One of the things that we learned about 2 years ago, we had 10 people present, and then we had four the almost winners present at the very, very end, and we put the URL up really early. One of them tweeted it out to her followers, and you could tell the voting was like, for the different 4 people, and then all of a sudden there was like 82 straight for this one innovation, and we said, no, this is for people in the audience. Okay. Oh, all right. So she's got to pull the report. So I think, are we set? Do we need to wait for anyone yet? All right. We can add to it. All right. So close it. All right. She's got to close it before she can pull the report. And because I asked her, is anybody winning at the moment? After we have 79 votes, which is good. It's a very good. All right, so I'm going to watch this, and then let's see here. Okay, it's closed. She's pulling a report, and there'll be one of these. Hopefully not a tie. Closed. Okay. All right. When technology works, it's nice. Yes.
It's amazing what time feels like when we're up there.
I know. Well, it's all right. I mean, as an audience, you've been great. I have to tell you, after 12 years of teaching junior high mathematics, you're a much better audience than the 30-some kids I would have in my classroom. Okay, it just came through. Wow. Okay, so the winner is Campusine by Campusine. Yes. All right. All right. All right. We don't have anything to give you at this point, but that's okay. So, yes. No, this is great. So, thank you all for coming. Can we give everyone a hand and then go enjoy your reception?